Om. This is Truth is Everlasting, Lion's Den. I am Yahweh Sap. I camp out with Lion Den, Ha-One Ben Joshua in Jacksonville, Florida. But first, I'd like to give a prayer to the Father, to the Son, to the elders, to the Akims, and to the women and children's Kal, Halayim La, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Bahashem Ha Rokak Rodash Mahamath, in the name of Yahweh Shai, in spirit and holy and truth. Double honors to the 144,000 chosen elect. Double honors to the elders of GMS. Double honors to my elder Ha-One. Salutation to the Akims who are on the four corners of the earth, and to the women and children, Shalom. Okay, well, gotta keep track with the military, okay? Because right now, as you can see, things are getting pretty expensive, and a lot of jobs are closing down and will be closing down more and more every day, right? So here comes out the announcement of compulsory military. This man's going to talk about service, okay? What does this mean for us all, Slovakia, okay? I'm going to put a little bit of it. The title of this lesson is called U.F.O.s and Drafting. Okay, here we go.
Okay, ladies and gents, I think we are live. This is going to be a fairly quick stream today. We're going to talk about this new announcement by the Prime Minister of the UK, Rishi Sunak. What a weekend it has been. I think a lot of people woke up most of the people, I'd say, woke up this morning kind of shocked by this announcement that's come out about compulsory military service. So we're going to talk about that. I'm also going to give you my views on whether I think this will actually come to fruition, even though everyone's treating it as though it's a fact now and that this will happen. But what we've got to look at, first of all, is that, remember, Sunak gave a speech and he talked about how we're entering a period where the next 5 years will be the most volatile and high-risk period that the UK has been through in the last 100 years, or whatever he said exactly. But he said these next 5 years are going to be critical. There's going to be a lot of serious events occurring. So within days of that, obviously they already knew what the plan was. They put out this on Sunday, so just yesterday they put this out, that the new proposal is for teenagers, which I think is going to upset a lot of parents. The teenagers now will have to do military service in the UK. Now, if you read into it a little bit in more detail, like I have, I wanted to wait until I'd read into a lot of the proposals. It's still fairly loose. They're not putting out a lot of information on it. It actually shows you exactly what is being proposed, and we'll get into the legalities of it. We'll look at what happens if you don't go. If you're a teenager now and you don't go, we'll look at what that means as well. So I've pulled up a few articles for you and a few pieces of information. So we'll go over that now then. But yeah, this will be a fairly short stream. It won't be a long one. I don't typically stream on a Monday, but we need to talk about this. So here it is then. Conscription, firstly, what is that? And this is where it's going to be slightly different. We're going to talk about national service and conscription. So conscription is the mandatory legal obligation to serve in the country's military. And remember, whenever you see the word legal, that is based on a law that is passed. It's like during COVID, things became illegal, or new things were legal as a result of politicians passing those things. So after completion of the military service, the person becomes a reserve. So a reservist. This is the crucial thing that I don't think a lot of people realize. After you complete, or after the teenager completes the 12-month military service, they then become a reservist to be called upon in a state of war or emergency. I want to show you an all-new way of buying real estate for pennies on a dollar for just the back taxes owed and 4 new service to be called upon in a state of war or emergency. Now, this is the first thing I want to talk about, because I served from 17 years old, as many of you know. I served from 17 until, what age was I when I did over 10 years anyway in the army. So I think I was just over 27, 28 years old when I finished. Now, maybe because I was pretty stupid when I joined, I didn't really understand what I was getting myself into in regards to the reserve list. So this is really important. Again, I don't think a lot of people realize this. But when you join at that age, and there's a whole business plan behind this, you actually, the Army or the Air Force, Navy, whoever, the services, they invest a lot of money into the training of each soldier. It's a huge amount of money that they invest into you, time, effort, resources, etc. So even if you do, when I was in, it was 4 years minimum service that you had to do. Even if you just do those 4 years, I didn't realize, 17 when I joined, not very smart, let me just say, I didn't realize that I was then on the reserve list until I was 40 years old.
Okay, let me just stop it there. I think you're catching the hint that those who are in the service or in the army, whatever you want to call it, you should be doing your homework still, even though if you're in the service. You start looking more, this is not legal advice because I'm not a lawyer, okay? But as a father, right? You should look into what they call that, what are the rules or laws, right? To be, when they kick you out, they have a word for it, doesn't come to me right now. But, really what he's saying, all this economic destruction is going on around the world. A lot of our people, so-called Negros, Latinos, Nican, and speckled birds, are going to, go into the army because they can't get no work out here. And that's going to be a big mistake, right? You do not want to be in the service when Yahweh Shai comes back and they're going to have you fighting Yahweh Shai, your king, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, who's coming to want to save you, and you'll be here being trained to fight him, right? Or to go around the world raping, murdering, and plundering for the Edomite to keep staying rich, right? I want to go to, maybe the word will come back to me, Slakia, okay? I want to go to Matthew chapter 24, verse 25. Behold, I have told you before, verse 26. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chamber, believe it not. Okay? Because when he comes, he's going to surprise everyone. Okay? Yahweh Shah I'm talking about. Verse 27. For as lightning comes out of the east and shines even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Okay, the whole world is going to see those so-called U.F.O. They are chariots, right? The Bible talks about, or clouds, right? He's going to come back with a host of angels, or army of angels, right? And he's coming to do some serious cleanup, right? I want to go to Luke. Give me a minute. Luke. I'm looking for Luke. Where are you? Give me a minute. Here it goes. Luke chapter 17, verse 24. For as lightning that lightens out of one part under heaven shines unto Slakia the other part under heaven, so shall also the Son of Man be in his day. Okay? So you're going to have, some of our people, so-called Negros, Latinos, Nican, speckled birds, deceiving you. Even the 501c3 incorporated prostitute churches, those Christian churches, or those Christian colleges, schools, right? Don't fall for it. I want to jump to verse 26. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. Yeah. Everybody's going to be, partying, celebrating the Edomites' holidays, right? Having a great time. Our people. Not caring, right? Some of our people, don't get it wrong, a lot of our people, so-called Negros Latinos, American speckled birds, have food piled up, store up, right? Have everything store up. But that's not going to bring salvation. You might, eat a couple of days, a couple of weeks, a couple of months, right? But that's not going to stop what's coming. When that civil war hits, it's going to hit hard. I want to go to 1 Peter. Give me a minute here. 1 Peter, where are you? Here we go. And I want to go to chapter 3, verse 18. For Yahweh Shai also has once suffered for sins, the just for the unjust, that he might bring us to Yahweh, being put to death in the flesh, but quickened by the Spirit. You see, if you die because you're doing the will of Yahweh Shin Yahweh Shah, when he comes back, he will quicken you right there. Even if you die, they took your life away, he will raise you up right there and give you the new body. Okay? We won't have to wait and come back as babies to the new kingdom. Verse 19, by which also he went and preached unto the spirit in prison. Right? And when we're in the highways and byways, who is in prison? Our people in this wicked kingdom. They don't see that they look at this kingdom as a wonderful, beautiful place. I don't know how in the hell, they what eyes they're looking with. The air's polluted, the water's polluted, the food is polluted, the clothes is polluted, the money is polluted, right? And they're getting our people also sick and polluted. You see? Verse 20, which sometimes were disobedient, when once the long suffering of Yahweh waited in the days of Noah, while the ark was preparing, wherein few, that is 8 at that time, souls were saved by water. This time he's only going to save 144,000 chosen elect. Okay, I can only hope and pray that I'm part of it. And also he's going to save 1/3, men, women, and children. Let me go back to Matthew 24, verse 28. What happened? Wow, look at that. I tapped it, verse 24, verse 28. Wow. It's acting up. Verse 28, for whosoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together. It's going to be a lot of killing. Okay? A lot of killing, a lot of people dying. It's going to be real, real ugly. So that's come a lot of our people, 2/3 of our people, Slovakia, are going to join the army. Right? They can't find jobs, okay? And most of the parents who don't believe in Yahweh Shah, they're into Jesus, right? The blue eyes, long blonde hair, that likes wearing high heels. Okay, the son of the Pope. His real name is Caesar Borgia, right? They're going to say to their sons and daughters, just go and join the army, man. Make America great again. Make it white again. Right? Want to go to Ezekiel verse 39. Chapter 39, Slakia, verse 17. And thou, son of man, thou said Yahweh, speak unto every feather bird and to every beast of the field. Assemble yourselves and come gather yourselves on every side to my sacrifice, that I do sacrifice for you, even a great sacrifice, right? A great slaughter when he comes back upon the mountains of Israel, that ye may eat flesh and drink blood. Woo! He's calling birds and wild beasts to come and have a feast, right? It's gonna be that ugly, okay? I forgot the name of the movie I was watching last night. It had to do with the chariots, okay, and how the people were freaking out, right? They didn't know what to do. Let me go to Revelation. Give me a minute. Revelation 19 is where I want to go. 19, verse 17. Let's do that. Here we go. And I saw an angel standing in the sun. Woo! In the sun. That is one mean angel that can stand that heat. And he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the birds that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great power. Woo! Huh? See how powerful Yahweh Shin Yashai is going to show the whole world? Right? You know, the Pope is going to be hiding in the bunkers, right? Just like when the Pope came to America and he's standing in his, whatever the name of that car that they're driving, he's in sitting in, there's a glass, covering him so nobody can do anything to him. Well, this time when Yahushua comes back, that glass or under the bunkers ain't going to save him. Okay? Want to go to 18, verse 18? That ye may eat the flesh of kings, the flesh of captains, the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free, bond, both small and great. There's going to be no mercy, right, to those that kept giving the finger to Yahweh Shin Yahushai. The wicked Edomites, as well as 2/3 of our people, right, who wants to participate in protecting and saving the Edomites. Okay? It ain't going to happen. Ezekiel 39. Give me a minute. Go right there right now. 39, verse 18. Ye shall eat the flesh of mighty, and drink the blood of the prince of the earth, the rams, the lambs, woo, boy, the goats, the bulls, and all them fattening of Basham. Okay? That means a fruit for all these wealthy, powerful, that rape, rob, and murder our people around the world, right? All their wealth is going to be taken away from them. Because they took it from our people, right? Verse 19, and ye shall eat fat till ye be full, drink blood till ye be drunken. And of my sacrifice, my slaughter which I have sacrificed, slaughter for you. So the birds and the beasts of the field are going to have a party. Okay? It's going to be a pretty one. Verse 20, though ye shall be filled at my table with horse and chariots, with mighty men, and with all men of war, said Yahweh. Yeah, all these strong, skillful Edomites, right? That have been training for years, right? In 1 hour, he's going to take them out. I want to go to Psalm chapter 76. Give me a minute. Verse 5. The brave-hearted are spoiled. They have slept their sleep, and none of the men of might have found their hands. Yeah. 2/3 are people that are brave because they got the skills that's been taught, right, from the Edomites. They think that the weapons that they have today is going to outbeat the weapons that Yahweh Shai is coming with, and the power of authority on top of that, and the host of angels, right? Ain't gonna happen, but hey, they can keep dreaming and keep drinking the Kool-Aid they're drinking. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 10, verse 12. Wherefore it shall come to pass that when Yahweh has performed his whole work upon Mount Zion and on Jerusalem, I will punish the fruit of the brave hearts of the kings of Assyria and the glory of his high looks. Now, at that time, Assyria, that was like in the era of 612 BC or 615 BC, when they were destroyed. Well, America is going to be destroyed. It's going to be burned to the ground when Yahweh Shai tells the angels who are on the four corners of the earth, right, to tell the other countries, Russia, China, Africa, and whoever other country that have these advanced missiles, to turn them loose. And they're going to come to America. And they're going to burn this place down. And then Yahweh Shah, who's coming in those so-called UFOs when they're chariots, with the host of angels who are coming on chariots, are going to be also zapping and disintegrating people in America and burning as well America. You see? It's going to be a one big party. I want to go to Isaiah chapter 46, verse 12. Verse 12. Hearken unto me, yea, brave hearts, they are far from what? Righteousness. Yeah, you're far away. Even the 2/3 of our people are far away. But the Edomites, they will never reach righteousness. Ain't gonna happen. It's not for them. It was never for them to begin with. Verse 13. I bring near my righteousness. It shall not be far off. And my salvation shall not tarry. I will place salvation in Zion, right? In Jerusalem, for Israel my glory, for his people only, 12 tribes, the so-called Negros Latinos, Native Americans, and speckled birds. I want to go back to Psalm 76, verse 6. At thy rebuke, O Yahweh of Jacob, both the chariots and horse are cast into a dead sleep. Slakia. Huh? That means they ain't gonna work, man. Who's gonna hack the machines that you got? Nothing's gonna work. You're gonna be saying, who forgot to pay the bill? Verse 7. Thou, even thou art to be feared, whom may stand in thy sight, who once thou art angry. Yeah, who's going to be able to stand in front of Yahweh Shah when he comes back with anger? Right? Verse 8. Thou didst cause judgment to be heard from heaven. The earth fears, and it was still. See? Nothing's going to work. Everything's going to be in a standstill on that day. Get everyone's attention. Verse 9. When Yahweh arose to judgment to save all the meek of the earth. Who are the meek? The poor, the humble, the afflicted, the needy, the weak, the lowly of his people. So-called Negros, Latinos, Americans, and speckled birds. Right? But remember, he's only coming for 144,000 chosen elect and 1/3. Right? 2/3 are going to be left behind. They'll come to the new kingdom as babies, but they won't be quick and waking up at the same day that Yahushua gets here. I want to go to Psalm chapter 9, verse 7. But Yahweh shall endure forever. He has prepared his throne for judgment. Verse 8. And he shall judge the world in righteousness. He shall minister judgment to the people in unrighteousness. Woo! Yep. It's going to happen. And all the Edomites around the world that are in power, they know this. Right? They just been playing a role that they are in control. Because Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has allowed them to think that way. That with technology, they feel, they believe so strongly that they are in control. But they're not. They never were in control. They always have been out of control. Verse 9, Yahweh also will be a refuge, oh yeah, for the oppressors, a refuge in time of trouble. And I'll leave it with this in verse 10. And they that know thy name will put their trust in thee, for Yahweh has not forsaken them that seek thee. Woo! See? So this military thing that they're doing passively, right? Because right now our people, are losing their job or can't find work, don't be signing up, man. Trust in Yahweh Shai, and he will guide you. I hope that this was edifying, and with that I'll say Shalom.